guys, welcome back to my channel, and if you are new here, my name is Lauren. I'm a going on 6th year homeschooling mom of 2 girls, and today I want to have a homeschool mom heart-to-heart, just something that I feel like I've been needing to talk about, not just for our family, but I feel like it could also help other families as well. Just a few things I want to talk about. This is really based on the question, how do I respond when I am asked, why are your kids advanced or ahead for their age? We don't do grades. We meet our kids where they are right now and what they need at any given time. And those needs are going to change with time. I know the question comes up a lot about homeschoolers and socialization, but honestly not very often for us. I mean, we do get asked, but not all the time. When someone would ask us that question, we are clearly out and about. My kids are talking to others, saying hi, waving, carry on conversations with adults and kids of all ages, including babies, like infants, in the real world. And they also are taking dance classes right now. There's plenty of activities for homeschoolers. The question that we hear the most is, what grade are you in? So especially back to school time and school shopping, it could be at the farmer's market, the eye doctor, the library, the grocery store, dentist appointment, doctor appointment, getting your hair cut, like all of the things, just out and about living everyday life. So here's an example. This was last year. We were at an office supply store and my oldest answered 4th grade. And she gets the response, wow, so you're starting 4th grade? And I get this look like, she doesn't look old enough, and are you sure? So yes, technically she's correct. She was 7.5 and she unprompted just starting telling this lady math facts. I really think people just want to know how old they are, or so that they can relate their age to other kids that they know around the same age. I don't really think that they really care what level they're in. It's more of they're asking their age and how old they are. But for homeschoolers, it isn't that simple. Levels of courses don't always correspond to grade levels. And there's no such thing as ahead or behind. Like behind whom? We get to go at the child's pace and combine different resources for a customized education. And that's a wonderful thing and such a gift. You know your children best, and they will tell you, like mine did, that they're bored. Just a little bit of a challenge in continuing to learn new things has been great for us. And we also didn't skip any levels, which is really important in my opinion. You don't want to miss anything that could help set a good foundation. Everything builds onto that foundation, and you want that to be strong with as few gaps as possible. No curriculum is perfect, and if anything, when switching curriculum, make sure you take the placement test if they have one, and most of them do. I would also personally take a step back in levels if they're like right in between. But of course, do what works best for your family. I'm not an expert. I can share my experience and hopefully give you encouragement as well. I do make videos for you, and I know it would be really confusing for me to say 2nd grade curriculum for my 7-year-old and then show you Math 4. It just doesn't make any sense. So that's why when I post videos, I kind of try to go based on the level that I'm showing versus like the grade that they would be in public school, if that makes any sense. So my kids have been a year to a year and a half ahead of where they would be placed for their age in public school. So some things are starting to level out now, especially with us changing curriculum. Last year, the levels are changing, and I've also stepped back. It depends on many different factors, as you can tell, especially if you are a homeschool parent watching this. Of course, kids are split up by age, so even if their birthday was 2 days different than like the cutoff, they would either be the oldest in their class or the youngest in their class. It's all based on age and not academic level. Some could say their maturity or development isn't there yet, but I also think that this depends on the child. All kids are different and progress at their own speed. There's different learning styles and there's different interests, which can be explored by diving deeper into anything that they love or they are interested in. I truly love the days where we pull out more books or find a video on a science topic, because that's when their love for learning really takes off and grows. And that's exactly what I want for my kids. I want to cultivate a love for learning and a passion to read good literature, a love for fine arts and all things beautiful in this world. And homeschooling is not for everyone. I hear that I can't be home with my kids, or they don't have patience. There's so many reasons why I homeschool my kids, and I do have a video on that. But a big thing is that they would not be at the level that they need to be. And yes, they are advanced for their ages. So when people hear that my kids are advanced for their ages, I usually will hear, that's great. That makes it easier for you, right? But there is the challenge for me to challenge them, but not frustrate them. And that is very hard. It is a balance for sure. And what comes next after we get through a certain curriculum or they get through whatever school year, I always just move on to the next book or the next level. You just keep moving depending on where we are at in the school year and if that makes sense. And I'm also going to add into this video a few thoughts on my public schooling versus our current homeschool with my kids. And what I hear a lot is that public school kids refuse to do anything educational over the summer. Like, it's a fight about it. I've always said that I dislike reading, even though I was in all honors classes, which also included summer reading and extra requirements. And it wasn't enjoyable. It was something I was told what to read, when to read it. Reading comprehension tests were stressful for me, and I honestly avoided reading as much as possible. My creativity is another thing that I have noticed, much different than when I was younger. I am definitely one for following instructions, but the times where it was left open-ended and I was actually allowed to be creative, like art, for example, was very stressful for me. I just didn't know what to do. I would freeze and I would just feel stressed out. I always ended up drawing nature, flowers, the sun, like super basic stuff like that. But of course, I still love to learn. I love learning. I love to read things that I'm interested in. So now that I realize why I disliked reading and my lack of creativity, I truly enjoy focusing on that in our homeschool. We do read alouds, audiobooks, poetry tea time, watercolor, and of course, more time just playing outside and being a kid. Yes, their levels are more challenging than their age would be for their grade level, but homeschooling and following their lead and readiness and timing has been the best. Letting go of what they should be learning, when they should be learning it, and even how has been huge. I still struggle with completely letting go, and I still want and need a plan of some sort. I am definitely a planner, but the realization that I can go with the flow has been really great for all of us. If I knew what I know now, I would have wanted to be homeschooled. But I am thankful for the education that I do have, and that even through being public school, I do have a love for learning now that I'm an adult, and I'm always digging in and trying to learn more and educate myself and continue to grow. If you want to homeschool and you cannot do it, then it's not the end of the world. I also think it comes down to the person too, like what works for them and then also what works for the family. So all of that said, now I can continue on with my content for this coming school year, now that you know that we don't do grades. So I'm just putting up a level that would kind of work for the level curriculum that I'm showing you. If you are following like grade levels or years from past videos, this year I am also going to have a grade 4 or level 4 video because we changed curriculum. And my 8-year-old, for her curriculum last year, I put 4th grade, and this year I'm also going to put 4th grade. And that is because we changed curriculum, and I want it to make sense for you guys. Because technically for her age, she would be going into 3rd grade if she was in public school. What it's going to look like online is that she's doing 4th grade twice. So I just want it to make sense for my viewers of my videos. Like last year, I didn't want you to click on a video that says 2nd grade curriculum and then you click on it and then I'm like showing you Math 4. I try to keep my video titles to the level that I'm trying to show you, if that makes sense. So I'm doing that so it's not as confusing for you guys, even though on my end, I feel like it's a little confusing. I'm rambling now. So thanks for chatting with me, and I will see you guys in another video very soon. Thanks for watching. Bye.